And Sartaj Aziz, who had accompanied Nawaz Sharif on his trip to India, speaking, will cut across.
Also, the visit was essentially a ceremonial occasion where Pakistan, together with other SAARC countries, participated in the spirit of SAARC fraternity. The actual result and outcome was much better than we had expected. The meeting was held in a cordial atmosphere where both the sides expressed their views on all issues of common concern. There was clear recognition of each other's concern and the need for mechanism to address them. During the meeting, it was clear that both sides were of the view that confrontation should be converted into meaningful cooperation, as the Prime Minister said yesterday. Although the government was only one day old, the Indian Prime Minister recognized the need for a dialogue process to address all bilateral issues that stand in the way of good relations between the two countries. The Prime Ministers agreed that it was a historic opportunity for both the countries to mark a new beginning in bilateral ties. Both felt the need to turn a new page in our relations. Our Prime Minister recalled the Lahore Declaration and expressed the desire to pick up the threads from where it had to be left in October 1999. As you are aware, the Lahore Declaration of February 1999 calls for both governments to intensify their efforts to resolve all issues, including the issue of Jammu and Kashmir. It also calls on the two governments to refrain from intervention and interfering in each other's internal affairs. The declaration provides a comprehensive framework to carry forward the relationship by addressing each other's concern and working on the common agenda. The issue of terrorism also came up for discussion. The Prime Minister informed the Indian counterpart that terrorism was a mutual concern and Pakistan had suffered enormously from this menace. The people and government of Pakistan are serious and committed to fighting terrorism in their own mutual interests. Questions have been raised now whether the issue of Mumbai trial, Samjhauta Express and other terrorist attacks were discussed. As you are aware, all aspects of terrorism have been discussed in different levels in our region. We believe that such issues can be handled only through constant interaction between the concerned authorities of the two countries. Brief discussion took place on trade and other confidence-building measures. Following the delegation to delegation level meeting between the two Prime Ministers, the two Prime Ministers also held a one-to-one meeting in which issues of concern to both were discussed, including the dispute that have so far hampered advancement of bilateral relations. It was agreed that the two foreign secretaries would need to meet soon on mutually convenient days to discuss the way forward. Apart from the statement, which will be on the web page, as well as copies are here, copies of the statement which the Prime Minister issued yesterday, although it is on the web page, are also here for those of you who want to take a copy and read it more carefully. Now the floor is open for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Advisor, and thank you, spokesperson, for giving this opportunity. Mr. Advisor, you talked that issue of terrorism was discussed and plenty of other issues also came under discussion. But whenever Pakistani leaders have been visiting India, either formally or informally, so there was a tradition Pakistani leaders used to meet leadership of Hurriyat Conference. So when Prime Minister had ample time to visit Jame Masjid Delhi, visit the Lal Qila, so what forced Prime Minister not to meet the Hurriyat Conference leadership? Does this mean during visit to India, Kashmir issue was compromised? And second, when Indian Prime Minister took up the issue of terrorism, so Pakistan's there have been substantial evidence about India's involvement in subversive activities in Pakistan through Indian consulates in Afghanistan. So was this issue taken up when the Indian Prime Minister took up the issue of terrorism, that Pakistan is supporting terrorism in India? So your comments, please. Thank you.
As far as the first question is concerned, as you know, the purpose of meeting Hurriyat leaders is not to complete a formality. But whenever you are discussing Kashmir as an issue, you need to take their views into account. This was not right. It was a ceremonial occasion and there was no Kashmir issue was not on, substantial discussion on Kashmir was not on the agenda. So that need will come whenever these discussions start, but the issue of Kashmir was raised, therefore to say the issue was sidelined is not correct. Secondly, when we read my statement carefully, each one is of mutual concern, and the Prime Minister's statement, acquisition and counter acquisitions, they all refer to mutual concern on both sides. So obviously our concerns on this interference or whatever we wish to write was clearly articulated.
सही लगेगा कि सुजाता सिंह की जो उसके बाद ब्रीफिंग हुई तो उसमें जो उन्होंने जिस तरह की ब्रीफिंग दी उससे ये लगा कि लगभग 50 मिनट की जो मुलाकात थी उसमें 45 मिनट मोदी साहब ने बात की है और 5 मिनट नवाज शरीफ साहब को मिले और पाकिस्तान का एजेंडा जो है इस मुलाकात में नहीं बल्कि भारत का एजेंडा डिस्कस हुआ। इसमें कितना ट्रूथ है, क्या पाकिस्तान के जो पॉइंट्स जो तहफ़्फ़ुज़ात हैं उसके ऊपर बात हुई? दूसरा ये बताइएगा कि सुजाता सिंह की जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है उसके जो कॉन्टेक्स्ट और जो इंडियन मीडिया पर रोल किया जा रहा है, क्या वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस इंडियन फॉरेन मिनिस्ट्री की तरफ से अपनी फेस सेविंग है अपने?
Both parties have agreed to turn a new page, is what Sartaj Aziz has said as far as Nawaz Sharif's meeting with Narendra Modi is concerned. We'll get you more reactions on that. And we cut live back to Islamabad, where Sartaj Aziz is still speaking.
Assurances was given by Pakistan in this regard. Thank you.
हमारा तो पहले भी जवाब था भी है कि इट्स ए लीगल प्रोसेस इज कंटिन्यूइंग. वी हैव एन इंडिपेंडेंट जुडिशरी. लेट द लॉ टेक इट्स कोर्स. देयर इज नथिंग मोर, नो मोर assurances were actually needed nor called for, because they also reiterated that the process should be expedited so that those who are, if there are those who are responsible, can be brought to justice if they are convicted. तो इसमें कोई ऐसी नई बात नहीं जी.
Thank you, Mr. Sartaj. I'm seeing Musnad from Such TV. The question is, both the countries in the past, when the BJP was in New Delhi under Atal Bihari Vajpayee, both the countries covered under the process of composite dialogue, much journey towards peace, and which was unfortunately stopped due to certain events. At the point when Pakistan could have taken up the issue that we should travel once again and resume our journey under composite dialogue.
Again, the process of composite dialogue actually started in 1998, if you recall, after the nuclear test between the two countries. And then it has been going forward, and there were 8 subjects, Kashmir and security under foreign secretaries and others. So now, with so much time having passed, then of course a number of other things happened. So the 2 foreign secretaries, if you read the words carefully in the Prime Minister's statement, they'll meet to review and take forward the bilateral agenda. Now that agenda covers all those items. So whether the same kind of groups and formats, there may be new issues, some issues may have to be clubbed together, different CBM, some have taken place, some have not. So whether they come back with 8 groups or 3 groups or 4 groups, this is entirely the purpose of the 2 foreign secretaries to review and carry forward the bilateral agenda. Bilateral agenda में वो सारी चीजें आती हैं. So therefore, I mean, to expect a government which has come just today to say now let's resume exactly the way we were is probably was in any case premature, and the review requires looking at what progress was made and then moving forward from there.
Well, that was the Pakistan government also taking back a positive message from India after meeting Narendra Modi.